Welcome back, guys. In this episode, finish off the fuel system on the XD and hopefully get it running. That's my goal this week before I go back to work, is to get this beast running. Alright. Alright, so the fuel system mounted in there. Solid. Haven't run the power yet, but they're just hanging down. And yep, see here, it's all good. It's mounted into the chassis so it rusts out in a few years, so that's fine. Take you around to the... Alright, it's all connected here, runs down the back. Got the filter mounted inconveniently back here, so, but it's off the head, and with the fuel and return line constantly flowing, it won't heat up too much. Yeah, let's go from there into a black hose, the split hose from the tank. So I've cut the split off and reusing that so it can split and catch fire on the head later on. Yeah, and looks like it's already split down there, so that's cool. So you know, I'm just gonna go hook on the power to the pump and see what happens. What are you doing? What's that say? Can't read it backwards. So that immediately failed. All over the head from that hose, it's split. Petrol everywhere. And it was even leaking down here. From in there, once it actually built pressure. It's no good. Alright, I'm gonna have to reassess this. It's so hard to concentrate with a little guy running around. And using only what I have in the garage. I love you, mate.
I love you too.
So, fuel line's hooked up. I've just unmounted that so I can get the hose on because it was too hard. Couldn't go get fuel line. Only flew home yesterday. So I found some more braided fuel line. You can see it up there. That was just long enough. If I just mounted it and really just jammed it on and twisted it on. So that's on. It's on here. It's a little bit wet around there because I took the pickup out and just splashed it around a bit, just so as a fire hazard. Yeah, so it will ignite, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And you just saw the video that I inserted from earlier, so it's got a good flow again. So it was that split in the hose, it's all fixed. So I'm going to mount that again a bit better. I didn't like how it was before. And then move on to the ignition system, dizzy and all that up at the front of the car. Alright, so I made this leak less by tightening. It was tight, but not heaps tight. I realised the line's just sort of twisting in there. So I don't think you can use these fittings on just rubber lines. I think they need to be braided.
Yeah.
So
Looks like it.
yeah, so I might take this off, like the black part, and then just have the red.
The black part.
Yeah, the black part, and then just have the red part with the
Red
threaded
part.
center bit that goes inside the tube. And then I'm gonna go get brand new fuel line to run.
New better fuel, huh?
Yes, brand new fuel line. And then and new clamps, like proper metal clamps, not these.
Oh, not these.
Tightened down ones. No, not these.
But that's sad.
And then it should be fine. Alright, lunch is over, so might as well install the dizzy at least. Do some stuff what I can do. Yeah. Just reading the instructions. And it seems pretty straightforward. I'll go through it as we do it. But remember how I made the marks where the old point was? Down there, that white one. Not going to use that. I'm going to get the top dead center and do the whole coil lead one. And treasure chest, yeah, cool. Yeah, so I can take out the spark plug, get it to top dead center, and then drop the dizzy in, and follow what the book says from there. Right, piston's out. Spark plug's out. So yeah, definitely running rich. It's very fuely.
We did forget.
What are you doing? I've got it top dead center. The way to check that with you, if it's on the right stroke, just put your finger over the hole, crank the engine or by hand, and when you feel the air start hissing past your finger, that's right, mate. When you feel the air hissing past your finger or thumb, like I used, that's your compression stroke. That means you'll be at top dead center. And then what I do is I just get a screwdriver, put it in the hole, and keep turning it. You keep turning it until you feel the piston coming up, and normally when you're at top dead center, you can turn it a little bit and the piston won't move. That means it's at the point where the conrod is, at the point where it's at the top and it's rotating. And you're not really moving the piston until it starts to come down again. Yes, that's good. So I should be able to drop in the new Dizzy. Oh. And it should be all good. Now, one thing I remembered, and you can see it, the shiny point right in the center, that's the oil pump gear. See how it's off center? When I rebuilt this engine, I lost the clip that keeps that centered and stops it from coming up and down out of there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting trying to get that in and not fuck that out of the oil pump. So here it is, fun fact. Yeah, it's Holly Sniper, and they say online you can use an MSD kit and then it's cost more and blah blah blah. Bloody is an MSD. It's just rebranded as a Holly Sniper. Even, yeah, in the instructions, wherever it was, it says it somewhere. It says it somewhere, I can't remember. Somewhere here. Somewhere. Anyway. Alright, so gonna put the gasket on, the O-ring, into that groove. Alright, tried to get it in, couldn't get it in. And that's what I was saying, that the gear shaft is off center. I remember we put grease down there last time and got a long screwdriver and just centered it, and that was the only way we could actually drop it in. Alright, so I'm gonna get some grease, screwdriver, and do that. Alright, so here's what I was talking about. So we got grease jammed down there now. It's hard to show you. It's more in the center. It's not shining because of the grease, but yeah. So I'll try and drop it in now. See how it goes. Alright, so that went pretty well. Got it pointing exactly at cylinder 1. So that would be where your lead is. The rest of it's all the electronics, plugging in the harness and all that, but I'm not up to there because the harness is all still here. So I'm just going to put all the leads on, how they should be, tighten it down completely.
Leads on.
Yeah, put the leads on.
Yeah.
Go inside soon, mate. A bit cold out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're funny.
Yes.
Yeah, so put them on. Oh, put the spark plug back in. And if for some reason that is out, it'd just be 180 out, so I need to rotate the engine around. So I need to take the Dizzy out again and do all that. But should be, it was a compression stroke, so it should be fine. Alright, screw this down. Not sure if it matters. See it? You can't really see, but anyway, I'll get this on. There's there's nothing in those two triangle holes there where my thumb is, but this side it's got like a little point there, so I wonder if that has to go this way or it won't work.
That's a screwdriver.
Yeah.
So even big and big. It was big.
That seems to be the way.
It's big.
Yes, mate, it's big. Don't go that way. Oh. No, so it has to go this way. There you go. Alright, just going to screw this down, and remember that's number 1. So I can put the plugs on. I just have to remember the firing order, which is there. So, no problems. Okay. Alright guys, you probably saw in the video. Couldn't get them on. First problem is these aren't the right type. So yeah, I can probably replace the boots. 9mm. What are these? These are, it doesn't say, but it's in a, I don't even know. Not true. I want to reuse these because I like them. Looks good with the engine. These are dirty. I think these are from the EB build, actually, left over. No, I like these. They're all numbered and everything. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I've stripped all these ones down from some old plugs, which are the perfect fit for those. They clip on perfectly, so they're all good. But they're from an 8mm lead. These are 9mm, so only 1mm different, but it should be fine. So these are really like cut in. So what I'm going to do is cut at the base of that, but not the center. Yeah, so as I was saying, they're really dug in, so I'm going to cut at the base of this all the way around, but leave the center coil wire, I guess that's what it's called, I can't remember. Yeah, coil wire. They're going to take this boot off and slide the other one on, and then clamp on one of those old ones. If they can compress it that much, then that 8mm one will fit fine. If these weren't stupid shape, if they were like this, you know, and they'll straight down heaps far, I could probably bend it out straighter, but that's just not going to happen with these ones. Alright, I'll try this first one. If it doesn't work, then I'll order some new leads and be more money in the hole. Cool. Cars, fun. Not expensive at all. Oh, worked out alright. Looks a bit shitty, but that's how they look anyway, all cut up. As long as that coil wire is touching the metal, which it is. Sorry about the focus. It's fine, and it's on there. So I'm going to attempt to get the boot on. And should be fine. Where was it? I had it right here. Did I put it? No, I didn't put it back. There it is. Alright, bit of a lubrication, some WD-40 or whatever, and slide it on. It should be all good. Yeah, so it's on. It worked. Now it's got the other 7 to do, and it will be alright. Alright guys, I'm on to the last one here. I thought I'd bring you in and just show you how it's done. The dodgy backyard way. But it always works, never lets me down. So you're going to get this boot off. So just use a bit of anything. So that's got this cheap Tech cheap WD-40. Spray it in here. Make sure it gets in there. You want it to drain down the shaft here. Not where I've just put it on the outside, but on the inside. Let's get a little screwdriver here to help it. Make sure it's good, just so it's easier. Then slide the boot down. Could use a bit more, but yeah. Now that part's exposed. Yeah. So now, what I've been doing is getting a little styling knife to cut away all this excess crap so I can see the edge of where the actual terminal clip ends onto the actual lead. Yeah, so you can see all the way around. So now you're going to cut it without cutting the... Actually, before you cut it, what I've been doing is little side cutters. Just want to cut off the coil wire from there, because you don't want too much anyway. That'll make it easier to pull this end off once you've cut it. Alright, so this has been the trickiest, is trying to cut it so that you can't see what I'm doing, it's the angle, but sort of push in real hard. This is the worst one I've had so far. It's going to be the last one. This is sunken in here, so. Not quite. Can't hold it. The one I'm going to show you guys how it's stuck. Yeah, so this is a bad example. And now the dogs are starting to bark, so that's perfect. There it is. Stupid dog. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually hate living in the suburbs. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before. 300 times. There, I got it. Except for one strand. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Now, I'll get the styling knife. You guys, make sure you can see here. Just cut around the base real gently. It's hard to show you without putting my hand in the way. Yeah, so anyway. Cut around when you just about got all of it and twist it off. So that should be enough. Yeah, twisted it. And there it is. And you can see the coil hanging out. So get the old boot off. That. Now, got those ones that I got ready yesterday. So all I want to do is, I'm using this clip remover tool. Jam that in a bit, work it open, jam it in a bit more, and you've opened it up like that. Now I'm not sure if it matters or not, but these ones, I thought it was from the coil wire, a bit of black, like rubber, so I've scraped it all away. So it's not in there anymore. Yeah, it's the most annoying part. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But roughly you want to get it going the same direction as the other ones. So completely stuff that one up. So fold back the coil wire. Put on the new one. New, whatever you call these, clips, plugs. Bring you a different angle here because you can't see anything. Right, so angle there. Now it's gonna be hard, but let's get basic pliers. And you want to just start working it down and around. See it compress. Sorry if you can hear me breathing real loud, but I'm right next to the camera. I love you guys. Alright. And that is pretty much it. You got your full contact. You can see there where it's coming out the end. So you know it's all the way through here. And you can see in there as well, whoops, where the coil folds over, it's full touching. And that should be, let's just have a look. Yeah, that's full dug in and grabbed. So you get the old boot and you can spray some more of that in there. Swish it around a bit. Straighten it out the floor. And then you just work it in. It should, and I say should go in because I'm showing you guys, it probably won't, then I'll rip it out. There it is. See? Now you just test it. That's it. 2 clicks. Yeah, that's it. So that's good. Alright, so that's how you do the plugs. Look at this one. Completely wrong direction. But I gotta loosen all these off anyway. All these, just see it. What do you call them? That makes it look neat. So I'll twist it around. Cool. That's that. Yep, so they're done. It's amazing how like neat they make it compared to that side. Much nicer. Alright, let's get that side going. Alright guys, so I went and bought fuel hose last night and new clamps. I replaced that one, that's good now, but still this return line here, the braided line, I put 2 clamps on it now and it still pisses out. So I think you can't have normal clamps on the braided line, even though I've got them up here and it's not leaking. That's holding fine, so I don't know. Maybe because the return line there is really thin, so it's not clamping properly, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take that one off, but I can't really. I know what to do. Where that tape is, I'll cut back the metal so it's just the rubber hose exposed there. I'll clamp the rubber part itself and that should be fine. But otherwise, it doesn't leak anywhere else along the fuel rail. It's not leaking from up here. That's all good. Whereas, yeah, it's not leaking at the back anymore. What I did with that was, sorry about that, moving around. So, clamps I bought were too small, so I found this one, but looks stupid, but does the job. It's one of those JBS ones, good brand. So, I removed that part that the rubber hose went into, like that. And I've just got the threaded part inside with the clamp and it's holding just fine. Yeah, so that's all good. And I picked up a spare electric fuel pump last night as well for $100. It was mounted but never used. Yeah, so besides that return line, fuel system's good. And the ignition system's all switched on. Well, not switched on, but mounted, they're all connected. It's in the timing order, top dead center. So, success guys. In the end I had to use a bit of rubber tube. Where'd it go? This stuff. So this one, to put over the return line pipe down there, the metal part, because this one was just too big. so it was never clamping around it properly. So jam that over, that stretched it out a bit, thicken it out, and put it over, clamp it down with the one clamp. I just pressurise the system and it's not leaking. Nothing. So, ow. So yeah, good. Alright, onto the O2 sensor. I have a plan. So I was saying down here about where to put it there on the exhaust pipe or the manifold. And I think what I'm going to do is, because you need room, I think I'm going to have to put it right up in there before the trans cross member. Right before, like where the weld is. I need room to. It can't be level. It can't be low because condensation builds up and then it will rust out. So I need it to be on a slight angle up at least. I'll show you the book in a sec. Old fuel everywhere. Yeah, so, and that's cool. I can see fresh spiderweb everywhere. Oh, I think it's a redback lab. Oh, it is. Oh, God. Maybe there's enough room on the manifold up here. Heaps of clean, actually. The only problem is I need to drop it down to be able to drill it, and I can't drop that off the engine because, yeah, getting them on was a pain. You had to have the car jacked up all the way, then on the stands, and then take them off the jack, and then put wood on the jack to jack it up even further, to put wood on the stands to lift it, because getting the angle of the manifold in there was a pain. So just some food for thought there if you're ever gonna be dealing with an XD and exhaust manifolds. If you don't have a hoist, it's pretty easy to take the bloody engine out. Alright. Hey, what are you doing in there? Alright, so I can drop the back now because I'm done down here. I'm just going to mount that rubber back up with some tech screws because I never got any more rubber, so yeah, so I'm just going to remount that and clean all this up and drop it. The other day I had a big male redback drop down here. I screamed like a girl. Don't know where he came from. Oh yeah, that's right. My brakes are seeping. Is that the breather split? Oh God, everything sucks. Yeah, so basically says it's either two ways. You have a provisioning on your headers somewhere where the one bank meets, or it says there somewhere, blah blah blah, or you clamp on style, which is what I'm going to be doing. It's pretty simple. It's threaded. That just goes over the pipe. You can see the shape of it. And two clamps. That's it. And you got your gasket as well. Yeah, and that's all it's saying is there's your exhaust pipe, basically 10 degrees or more up. So if you come down here, I should be able to achieve that either on the manifold, like the extractors, or just there, like I said. Alright, so you want to jack it up and we will see what our options are. Still in there. So it turns out I could remove this pipe. Sun just drawing all over it. He has to write his name, so that's cool. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Good job! So,
Good job, Daddy.
Thanks, mate. I drew on this before I took it out. That's the transmission cross member, where it goes up to, so that's the small gap I have. So what I'm going to do is that hole there is going to be for the sensor, and that's going to be right on the trans line mark. So
That's Bubba Blazer.
it did, sort of. On trans line, I mean the cross member. Alright, drilled out. The biggest I had was the 13 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is almost the size the drill would take anyway.
It?
Yeah, mate, it was.
Did you fix your car?
Almost. I've almost fixed it. Yeah, so I just had to, with the drill and just wriggle it around until it
Where's your missing wheel?
No missing wheels. Until it was big enough to fit the sensor in. That's fine. Yeah, so now I can clamp on the bit. Alright, that's it guys. All tightened up, all done. See in here, poking through. It's all good. I had to use my own heavy duty clamps. They're like a double ring. They tighten.
What's the lunchbox?
It's not a lunchbox, mate. Yeah, these ones that Holly supplied, I don't know. I put it on and it cross-threaded itself straight away when it was, well, not straight away, I was halfway. This one. And then it got jammed on there. And then it just started bending. So cheap crap this is.
Lunchbox.
But good one, Holly. Alright, now
Lunchbox.
reinstall it. What do you want?
A lunchbox.
You want some lunch?
Yeah.
Okay, we only ate lunch like, half an hour ago. But alright, no worries. There it is. That is perfect. So, yeah. Shouldn't be too hard to get another one in if it fails. That's all done back up. No worries. And it's going to feed this through now, up to the engine bay. And now I can start on the electrics. Yay! Alright. Alright, on the last page here, it's got the overview of how it all should be. Seems very straightforward. I've already sorted that one out. That's comes off the unit. That will plug into the O2 sensor here. But I'm just leaving it until I can run it neatly. And so we got, there's one that connects with a plug directly to the battery. So I'm assuming it's got the relays on it. So that's this one. Yeah.
I've got the end.
Good job. So this one here, this relay with the thick blue cable, I'm assuming this comes off of it. Go ahead and just make an assumption that that's for the fuel pump. So I can run a wire from there all the way to the back to where that power one is there, and I'll earth it out back there on the chassis. So that's all good. So off that same one is for the coil. But I'm not using the yellow coil, am I? Yeah, see, this where it's going to be tricky because it's second hand. He's chopped and changed things. So see ignition wiring. So go back over here. Coil will not use when using the box. I'm not using LA. All I'm using is pink and green, violet and green, and the ignition adapter, tack output from CD box. Yeah, so where's the box? It's up here. So it's just got the one plug. Yep. Which is it that one? No, I think that's this one. Yeah, that'll be that one. Let's just, one sec, get on there. Yep. So that's for that one. So that's cool. Not sure what that one's for, figure that out. So that's the main battery one, is this one.
You saved that to me? Did you save that?
Oh, I didn't, but you can look at it. Get your screen plug, it's normal.
That's
Yeah,
my screen plug.
Not sure what this one's for.
Oh.
Let's have a look. Brown wire. That's a tack output. Alright, cool. Digital gate, I don't have that one. See ignition wiring, there's a white one. Yeah, so brown and white and a light blue. Light blue. I'm guessing output 3 light blue, C additional outputs, AC, I don't know AC, so I probably won't use that blue one. Alright, I think the best thing to do is just start laying it in here. Now I did look in my book for the XD, and my rev counter is pink and light blue, so that will go to that brown one.
I can see that.
It's oily, I wouldn't. So somewhere there. So all these loose wires and that I have, I didn't need that. I think I'm going to mount the new coil where that one is, because I should have enough plug to reach it. I can't really mount it to where the factory one would go normally here. There's different holes and everything. Alright, I'm going to get into it and I'll bring you back in when I've got things sorted out. Yeah, so installing a second-hand one where everything's been cut and all the labels are gone is actually really difficult. So yeah, I'm just stuck on this. I don't understand what's... Well, this is... Actually, I googled this, I know. This is to bridge onto here as well for the ignition source. And that. But what I'm finding online contradicts everything what the book says. It says I don't use the purple and green here. I have to use, wherever the hell it is, a single one plug here. And you don't use the green one. Then you go online and it says you use it. So it's just doing my fucking head in. Alright, I'm going to wrap this one up here. I did end up finishing up all the wiring on it. I think it's right. I didn't try and start it in the instructions. It says do not attempt to start the car until you go through the wizard setup on the touchscreen device. So I'm up to that stage. I've turned the key to the on position. The screen lights up. I hear the relays clicking and everything on the unit. So in the sniper ignition box and all that. So I'm assuming it's right. We won't know until we try and crank it. And yeah, so that's where we're up to. I didn't get around to filming it. I was under the pump flat out. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave it here. I forgot to do a finishing up video like this one that I'm doing now at work on site. So yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. Sorry we didn't get it fired up here. Time pour. Next one, we will be getting it fired up. We're up to firing it up, so it's gonna happen. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button and share it around. Leave a comment, and yeah, I got a surprise coming up for you guys. Alright, see you next time.